What's up, guys? It's your boys Wilkie back with another Nichol Kessinger video. This one was actually sent to me by a viewer. I'm going to keep the name confidential just for respect purposes. But this Nichol Kessinger lies exposed about the Mistress phone call that was 111 minutes long and the call ping that was at 6:16 that morning of the murders. We're going to be taking a look at this video, and apparently this channel is just completely... it's called What's the Obsession. So this video or this YouTube channel is strictly about the Watts murders. So with that being said, grab a chair, grab some popcorn. Make sure you guys also subscribe by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you'll get that little ring notification that's Wilkie myself has posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys so very much for the continued love and support that you guys show on the channel every single day. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and we'll continue to keep growing together. But with that being said, let's get into this and see what has happened or what went on with that 111-minute phone call and the ping of why it went off that morning of the murders and why she was so close. So let's take a look. That laugh.
I guess just call me back when you have a chance. Hi. Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi.
So
Call me
creepy.
back. Bye.
Justice will not be served until those who are affected as an outrage of those who are. Amen. Like that quote. I'm getting mixed vibes.
In one of the renditions of Discovery that Weld County released to those who requested the Discovery file, Nichol Kessinger's phone records from July 13th to August 13th appeared in the Discovery. It was only a couple months later that we found those who requested the Discovery file got a rendition of the Discovery file that no longer included those phone records
Why?
from July 13th to August 13th, which really, those are the relevant phone records that anyone would want to see when parsing through this case.
Exactly.
After August 13th, really the only interesting things that happened on Nichol Kessinger's cell phone were her searches asking if police could find deleted text messages and some other shady things. Because remember, or if you don't know this, let me tell you, that Nichol Kessinger deleted all of her text messages and any interaction record that existed on her phone between herself and Chris Watts. Apparently, she did this on Tuesday, August 14th, and she says that's because she just learned on that day that Chris Watts' beautiful wife, Shanann Watts, was pregnant, was 15 weeks pregnant. Now that comes into major question, but that's a whole different topic, a
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
different ball game. And I've covered that in other videos and just might have to cover it again. So as we do look at the phone records from July 13th to August 13th, we see that Nichol Kessinger's phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado, a total of, well, 3 times in that time period. We also have a record that her phone pinged in Frederick, Colorado on July 4th, which I'm just going to set that to the side for now because it's not within that July 13th to August 13th timeframe I'm talking about. But she and Chris Watts both acknowledged that she was in Frederick, Colorado on July 4th. So when we're looking at the 3 Frederick, Colorado pings in that July 13th to August 13th timeframe, one was on July 14th. And this is also a day that Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger both agree that she was in Frederick, Colorado. Now, in my opinion, July 14th was an absolutely pivotal day in this case, and I believe this is the day when Chris Watts started putting the plan into motion. This was the day when, after one of their outings, I believe they went to the
Dinner.
Mustang Museum, they went back to Chris Watts' house, and on this day, Nichol Kessinger claims that the dog Dieter strong-armed her into going upstairs where she saw a picture of Shanann and one of the girls. And she claims on that day, she started questioning Chris as to why he's not staying with his wife. She even went so far as to assert that she encouraged him, starting on this day, to stay with his wife. Now, one of my favorite comments that people
Which means no mistress has ever said that. That's probably what she's about to say.
leave on my channel is, said no side piece ever.
Exactly.
I really do agree with that.
I agree with that
The
as well.
other time, or the second time of the third, when we're talking about the pings on Nichol Kessinger's cell phone in Frederick, Colorado, from July 13th to August 13th, is on July 18th. Now, this ping was actually initiated from Chris Watts' phone. He was also in Frederick, Colorado on that day, and he was calling Nichol Kessinger. I think she was kind of like, hanging around there. There was some story told about getting touch-up paint for her car that was perhaps picked up on that day. So of all of the pings from Nichol Kessinger's cell phone from July 14th to August 13th, the third time that she pinged in Frederick, Colorado was on the morning of August 13th
The murders.
at 6:16 a.m. This is a critical time because this would be right around the time, a little bit after the time that Chris Watts left his driveway after we saw, based on the security camera footage from neighbor Nate's security camera, that he had been packing his car for about half an hour, and then he took off heading to Survey 319, where later that week, the bodies of his beautiful wife, Shanann, 15 weeks pregnant, his daughter, Bella, and his daughter, Cece, were found. Now, these pings happened. They were real. This issue has been put to rest, and I'm showing you the evidence right here on this video. So guys, please, please take a look at everything that is available. Think for yourself, and don't ever just believe one source when it comes to critical information regarding this case or any other. You always have to ask yourself, who has an agenda and what exactly is that agenda? You know what I'm saying?
In case you still have any doubt regarding the phone ping, I'm going to break it down a little more for you to show you exactly why Nichol Kessinger's phone ping in Frederick, Colorado is 6:16 on August 13th.
Because she was there. She was helping. She was an accessory. She deleted videos and emails and pictures. Why would you do that? And the morning of the murders, her phone pinged where they live. That can't be coincidence. I'm just throwing that out there.
Means that she was right near 2825 Saratoga Trail, the residence of the Watts family.
Okay, so here we have Saratoga Trail.
Ooh, she's
then we
getting
have where
into
the Frederick
it.
Tower was. These two locations are very close.
Okay, so this is the tower right here, okay? This is what she's about to say. This is where they lived. This literally looks like not even a mile. Maybe just within a mile. You can't tell me she was at 7-Eleven.
Now, guys, I want you to know that I was able to get the record and maps of the towers at the time of this tragedy in August 13th, 2018. And the towers that I have depicted on my visuals are towers that service Verizon, which was the carrier Kessinger was using. Okay, so down here where the little red marker is, that's Kessinger's residence.
Okay.
So her route to work up in Platteville is as shown over to the right up to Platteville.
Okay.
Takes a total of 33 minutes.
Okay.
You'll see right about in the middle of that map, you'll see Frederick. Okay.
Yep.
Now what we're doing, guys, is we're zooming in to this full route, 33-minute route map. Okay. All right, so here it is.
And she's breaking this down.
So you see, next to this highway here, I have all these pictures of super cool Kessinger at the sand dunes. So that's just indicating that's her route going, from the bottom of the screen upwards.
Okay.
Now you see over to the right, there's 1, 2, 3 towers with the pink arrows pointed towards them.
Okay.
Each of these 3 towers service Verizon, and they have bandwidths that are strong enough for sure to be favorable to pick up a signal of somebody traveling on this highway. The bandwidth probably is such for the highway traffic.
Okay.
Now you see the red arrow, the large red arrow here points to the tower that she pinged off of, okay? So just imagine Kessinger traveling along this highway that's highlighted in green right next to her picture. Just look at the distance of a car traveling on that highway, the distance from that car to the Frederick Tower or that car to any one of the towers to the right. The distance of the towers on the right is a lot less with a strong enough bandwidth.
Yep.
Than the distance of somebody traveling on that highway to the Frederick Tower. So what this tells me, really beyond a shadow of a doubt,
she was over
is
there.
that she was right in the vicinity of 2825 Saratoga Trail.
So now let's move on to the 111-minute phone call and NK's personal timeline from that Sunday night, August 12th, into the morning of August 13th and into later that day, Monday, August 13th.
So, as I looked through all of Kessinger's phone bills, her phone bill from
which are public
of July 14th through August 13th, what I did was I looked at the longest call on each of these, pages of her phone bill. So I just want to note that the 111-minute phone call was really out of character for their conversations. This wasn't their normal pattern of talking to each other. So I went through and I looked at the phone call that NK held on each of these pages.
So
and the
not very
phone
long.
call that she had with Watts on each of these pages. And we find
8 calls, 30 minutes.
Other than the 111-minute phone call, guys, the next 3 longest calls lasted 51 minutes, 52 minutes, and 54 minutes, respectively. So you see, that's a really long phone call. We could probably say, because there's only a short period of time that we don't have their phone records, according to when they say their relationship was occurring, it's probably safe to say that was the longest phone call that they ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you look at...
Which they did say they don't remember the phone call. I can tell you from exes and girls that I dated that I was on the phone call for at least 80 minutes to more. I remember what we talked about. And you can't tell me that they both said that they don't remember what they talked about in 111 minutes. Very peculiar.
This is all ping information. This little, unofficial timeline here, we see that their 111-minute phone call pointed to by this big red arrow starts at 9:28 that Sunday evening, August 12th, and it ends at 11:19. There's no activity on NK's phone until
that morning.
The 6:16 a.m. ping the morning of August 13th. We see right here when she had a 1-minute phone call to her friend Jim is highlighted in yellow. The next activity, guys, on her phone was not until 2:28 p.m. And that call was initiated in Platteville.
When she apparently was at work.
That's where she works. And again, this is a very unusual pattern for NK to not have any activity on her phone throughout the whole day. So now I also told you guys that the 111-minute phone call was conspicuously missing from the official discovery timeline. So just let me show you what I mean here. So here you see this is the official redacted discovery. So you see right here in the middle of the page begins August 13th. Well, if you just go up a little bit, you're going into August 12th. Now, I want you to see how they included like everything that happened on August 12th. Everything that Chris Watts did on August 12th is in this discovery. Look at this is a lot of information as compared to the other dates in the official timeline in the discovery. It's like 5 or 6 pages long, okay? So look, August 12th starts right here. We have everything that Watts did starting at 7:32 a.m. that morning, okay? So now if we go back down or up or down, I'm scrolling down, but we're going up in time, right? We get to the evening. So at 21:13, so that would be at 9:13. We see that Shanann sent a message to Addie explaining things. At 21:29, which is 9:29, we have Shanann made an unanswered call to Watts. Well, the reason that likely is, my friends, is because a minute before that, at 9:28,
he was on the phone with,
or in military
Nichol.
time, 21:28, that's when that 111-minute phone call began. There is no mention of that phone call here in the official discovery. I just find that to be a conspicuously missing piece of information.
Man, this girl's on it, man.
So I don't know if anyone has any comments or questions about that. I'd be interested to know what you think about that. I mean, every piece of information that man did that day, other than this phone call, is here
in
on
there.
Discovery.
That's weird.
So let's hear what Chris Watts and his former mistress, Nichol Kessinger, have to say about that 111-minute phone conversation that was much longer than any other phone conversation they had ever had. Notice how they use a lot of the same language.
What were you talking to Nikki about before your wife got home?
Before she got home?
I don't know.
We talked for like several hours.
I think our day, I mean, we talk a lot, just conversations, and just random conversations. We talk a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Did Nikki know about any of this? Seriously.
Well, she doesn't know, like, I mean, she knows, like, from the news.
Meat of this whole
Let's
situation.
get to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11. What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times. So Sunday, I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Take a couple breaths and take a second.
Sunday night.
Such hogwash.
I don't even know. I don't think I was like concerned about anything at that point.
You guys had had a meal, a nice meal the night before. You knew his wife was probably coming home late that evening.
Oh, you know what? I still don't remember what we talked about. I honestly, we talk about so much random stuff. It's so hard to pinpoint some of these things. I don't remember what we talked about. I do remember that was a long time.
How many times did
we probably talked about all sorts of stuff.
You say that.
One thing I do remember though, that I didn't remember earlier when I was talking to Mark. So this is where I'm starting to remember little bits and pieces. I don't remember. Yeah, I know. So the phone conversation. I don't remember what was in the phone conversation. Probably nothing of relevance, to be honest with you. But
why would you say that?
Usually he talks to me when he's down in the basement in his bed before he goes to bed and before I go to bed. And I could hear the TV on, which I thought was kind of weird. I didn't ask him. I just heard it in the background. And I remember thinking, and it was right before we got off the phone, I was like, why the hell is he up? And there's no TV downstairs. So I was well, maybe, I don't know.
So no TV in the basement where he usually calls you from?
Yeah, and I don't know how many TVs they have. I've never...
Sounds like BS.
So as you
to me.
heard, guys, both Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger, wrote off that question, what was said in that 2-hour conversation by saying, I don't know, it's just a bunch of random stuff. We just talk a lot, can't even remember. And Nichol Kessinger somehow diverted Kevin Kobach into, talking about the television situation in the Watts residence. It was totally ridiculous. So what's up with that? So you see, guys, here's the picture. The reason Nichol Kessinger is so suspicious is due to her deleting messages, breaking her SIM card, lying about why she did that, lying about knowing that Chris Watts' wife, Shanann, was 15 weeks pregnant, and a whole host of other things. The 6:16 a.m. ping, the 111-minute phone call the night before, well, actually, the time during which Shanann Watts was supposed to be returning home
at 2
to
o'clock
her
in the morning.
husband, the phone call that was longer than any call they had had before, at 11:25 on neighbor Nate's security camera footage. You see headlights driving by the Watts house. That's right after their phone call. I didn't even include that in this video. We can talk about that another time. And then after that 111-minute phone call, no activity on her phone until the 6:16 a.m. ping that I showed you.
It's right there.
Right near the Watts residence. And then after that 6:16 a.m. ping, no activity on her phone until 2:38 p.m., which is totally unusual for Miss Kessinger. And she has no alibi for that morning. There's
and they
no
let her
record of
go.
her punching into work, only punching out. So guys, seriously, what's up? That's the whole deal. I hope you understand things a little bit better now.
Oh, I
Please
understand
leave a
it, but
comment.
you made
Let
it.
me know what you think. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll be monitoring comments on this video, or you can always email me at wattsobsession@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.
I knew a lot about this already, but she dug it down even more to the minute details that we've been all asking, which I've been trying to look into the records and stuff like that, but this woman got them. They're publicly accessed, so you can access them yourself. But looking at how many different phone calls that they had that were not even that long, and only having 3 that were within a 50-minute window, and then that last one, which is 111 minutes, the night before, or even with hours, because Shanann got home between the hours of 2 and 3 in the morning, and then her phone, Nichol Kessinger's, pings at 6:16, the time that when she was caught on camera. You can sit there and say that it wasn't her, but I'm telling you, there's people stating that she was in the back, the front, she was at the house the night before the murders took place. Nichol Kessinger's BS in her interviews sound like hogwash. I don't know how much more we got to give this evidence to those people that decide or think that Nichol Kessinger is innocent. There is no way that this girl is innocent. She should be doing time for an accessory to the Watts murders, or if not, being involved in some shape or form. Do I think she was physically completely involved in the murders? Not 100% that I can say that. She might have helped in the murders, or help in disposing of the girls. but we don't know for sure on that part. But we know that she deleted messages, photos, emails, pinged that morning, a suspicious phone call that can't be explained on both sides what they talked about. You're randomly talking for 111 minutes. That's kind of boring, and that's kind of sus. Just throwing that out there. So again, for those that are just coming in here new, make sure you guys comment your guys' thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think when it comes to her involvement, if she's guilty, if she's innocent, which I don't know how people still think this woman is innocent, but there's more information that we're finding out every single day. The dark stuff, the weird stuff, the complete perfect exposure that we see before us from this channel of What's the Obsession. Make sure you guys go over, check her stuff out. I'll be definitely watching her stuff a lot more because she definitely seemed very thorough in her investigation of these phone calls. So again, I thank you guys for watching. I surely appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you guys comment, like, share, subscribe, all the above. Helps out my channel grow even more, as in hers as well. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on. I will see you guys next time.